It was an interesting experience watching the documentary No Maps for These Territories one potentially optimistic morning. It is highly elucidating, making extremely clear the distinctions between then and now. This documentary was released 25 years ago in 2000 on the threshold before our culture was really immersed in cyberspace. Consider how the subject, author William Gibson, describes things then presently disintegrating, all of the things which are now taken for granted ubiquitously in the modern era. In contrast to the documentary titled Cyberpunk, released in 1990, which also heavily featured William Gibson, the more optimistic feelings have been drowned out by a vague anxiety at how these transformations might have certain consequences which the human species haven't entirely thought through or considered. The existential psychologic ramifications of Gibson in the 2000 work seems to more correctly assess the eventual numbness which will overtake and informally define the boredom that many attest toward this current climate. It is an excellent means of hearing how Gibson, as a speculative thinker and fictional author, operates, as was the earlier Cyberpunk doc from 1990, although its more socio-cultural analyses are really far more interesting. It is as though we had determined the pathos of 25 years from those recordings simply via a logical deduction of the patterns in his then present. I highly recommend all of you find a means of viewing this if you are so interested. It is an extremely captivating and residually stimulating effort. The precipice of our present can be felt by viewing this piece, a permanent reminder of how he could have prophesied the present as we know it in 2025 without much difficulty, actually far easier than those who are trying to predict 1925 and 1900, 1950 and 1925, 1975 and 1950, and even possibly 2000 in 1975, predict the end of the Cold War, the rise of the internet, the economic rise of China as opposed to Japan. A most seminal feature documentary, it is well deserving of any major acclaim it has or will eventually receive.